Hello, everybody. Alida Hernandez here, Rebooted the podcast. I hope everybody's well today. It is July 30th. I have to look. I always have to look. July 30th, 2024. Can you believe this? Already 7 months of the year gone. 7 months gone. Anyway, today I'm happy to be here and I want to talk. I have a lot of information for you today. I've been doing research and different doctors and just everywhere regarding food. So, what's in your food? That's what we're going to talk about today. Do you know what's in your food? Now, most people would say, I know what's in my food. If you cook at home every day, then you know exactly what you're putting in your food, how much salt, how much seasoning, all that stuff, right? But a lot of people in America are in a rush. So, what happens? You're constantly going on the road and there's a drive-through. Oh, I'm hungry. Let me turn this way. There's a McDonald's. Burger King this way. Wendy's. All the fast foods that are out there. So I have I do not eat fast food. Okay, 7 years fast food. I mean, I have pizza, and I have to really I gotta stop. Once in a while I have my pizza, but once in a while it's having a little bit too often, so no more pizza. Um, but anyway, what I found out is in fast food, there are so many chemicals and so many things in your food that's how I started looking at it because I knew there's chemicals because it's processed. I've seen, and you've probably seen on the internet, somebody who left a McDonald's burger out and it looked the same fresh for like years. It didn't mold, it didn't nothing, it didn't go bad. I don't think he ever ate it because I think he probably would have died if he ate it, but I don't know. I'm just saying, this is my opinion. So, but it didn't turn green or anything because of all the preservatives and everything they put in the food to keep it fresh, right? So-called fresh. So I was looking at some things. I was talking about Chick-fil-A, or however you say it. So they said that there's over 50 ingredients in their chicken. I'm like, how is that possible? How is there 50 things in a piece of chicken from this place? Um, and I don't know if it is including the bun. I think the bun has even more stuff. Then, and you think you're eating a piece of chicken, but there's so much more in there. I know, it's crazy. So let's deep dive into this. So I looked up a couple of people, and I'm going to be sharing my screen. So I'm giving credit to some people, some experts out there, a couple of doctors. I'll give them their names. So I'm not taking all the credit for this information because I'm not a doctor. So I'm not a doctor. This is my opinion. This is the research that I do. And so I do the disclaimer. I have it in my information as well, just to let everybody know that I am not a doctor. I just do research and I try my best to live a healthy life and every day I learn a little bit more and more, doing research for you guys and for myself to learn and what we really need in our body. And it's really sometimes it's very overwhelming because there's so much information, right? So you don't know which way to go. Like they say this and this say that, and so what happens is you have to find your niche on what credible source can you get your information from. And sometimes you have to really start digging in the internet. It takes a while. Some things I was happy to find, and I did, just to let you know, I went to this one woman's website, which I thought was very good, and I have to give her credit. It's called Food Babe, and her name is Vanna Hardy. Vanny Hart. Yeah, Hardy. So she's been doing this for a long time, and I double checked her information. So I did go out and do more research to make sure that it was a credible information. But she had it really good on here, so I wanted to share it with you. So let's see. Let's see if I share this tab right here, and we'll move over to my other screen. And there we go. Oh, it's too small. So let me make it bigger. Oh, it's still too small. But all right. So on her page, just so I can go on here, you can look at her page later. On her page, because it's a little small here, She talks about Chick-fil-A has 55 ingredients in the sandwich. 55. So that's what I was talking about before. So in the 55, it includes MSG, sodium aluminum phosphate, potassium iodate, and then another one is demethylpalocycan. I'm sorry, I didn't say that right because it's really long words. So you can imagine, like I tell people, if you can pronounce the ingredient in the thing that you're buying, don't buy it because you're like, oh, it's thiosema, whatever it is, right? Ah, no big deal. Why would you say no big deal? You don't even know what it is. So why would you eat it? I mean, unfortunately, I don't know how they do these things, how the FDA approves things. I really don't get it. And why they let these chemicals stay in our foods and 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 they allow it. Basically, they just slowly you're being killed. Basically, your body's breaking down. And later on, I'll show you a couple of other stuff that I found talking about that. What happens when you eat this kind of food? So, um, so right now, so Chick-fil-A had like 55 ingredients, right? So now I'm gonna go to this other one. So here on this one, it says, let's see if we can get closer. It says, can't stop eating these. So it's a double dose of MSG. So in Chick-fil-A, there's a double dose. MSG right here, monosodium glutamate, that's MSG. Okay. They have chicken. They have, there's always sugar. You'll always notice that. There's all these extra vitamins that they put on here. More MSG. There's actually quoted twice. It has non-fat milk, sodium aluminum phosphate, soybean oil, okay? And then it has fully refined peanut oil, okay? Which is that whatever added that they added. Now, the problem with this is, what I found on the research is that in this research, what happens is these oils, we don't realize, but they put, first of all, soy is 100% GMO. Soy is GMO unless it says organic and it's certified and you really look into it. Most soy out there is GMO. Soy is in almost a lot of things that we eat. Um, Soy milk, forget, I never eat soy milk. I can't drink soy milk. But there's a lot of things that have soy. So what happened is they take the soybean oil, they add peanut oil, sometimes they have hydrogenous, whatever, vegetable oil, and they mix like 3 or 4 different oils. And when that's heated, it's a toxin. It's such a toxin for your body. But people don't tell you that. Later on, we'll look at McDonald's French fries. You're going to just be like, what? Yes. I know people don't want to hear it, right? You're like, oh, I'd rather not know. No, you need to know these things because what happens is these chemicals in the foods that are out in the fast foods, the fried food especially, and all these other processed food that is fast, right? It's fast, it cooks fast, you get it fast, it stays hot, and it's all and it right? So you wonder why. Because when you cook home, your food heats to a temperature, right? It gets hot, you serve it, and the temperature will decrease normally, right? It will normally decrease to get cold. And, it changes a little bit of the food, but it doesn't last that long either. When you cook fresh food, leave your plate of food that you cooked tonight. Leave a little bit in a plate and leave it out. See what it looks like in the morning. I think by the morning it's already going to look bad. Okay, it starts changing. It starts turning black or it might get green or whatever because it's natural. It's a natural thing. Take a mango off a tree, completely natural, cut it, put it on the table, and tell me how long it takes to get bad. It's not going to take too long, especially in this heat in Florida. So, but I'm telling you, it's not. So they make MSG is a flavor enhancer. If you don't know that, it's a flavor of food, and it excites the neurons in the brain when you're eating it. So when you're eating anything that has MSG, oh my gosh, it's gonna taste like the best thing you've ever eaten. You're like, oh my God, this is so good. This is just so good. Yeah, because it's giving you all these endorphins going to your brain, telling you this is exciting, this is great. And guess what? You get addicted to it. It's it's interesting, isn't it? You've heard people say, "Oh, I can't stop eating this," and I would say I used to eat fast food. Ooh, it's been a long time. And I'm thankful I can say that it's been a long time. But I used to get fast food, and I remember going to McDonald's, and when I didn't have a lot of money, I would go to McDonald's. I get, you get the two chicken McNugget, the McNugget, what is it, chicken McChicken or something sandwich, or a chicken sandwich for like $1 or something, or cheeseburger, right? You would get cheap food, and that's the thing. They make it cheap because it gets really expensive to go to McDonald's or all these other fast food places, but now they make it the 2 for $5, and they make all these deals with you, right? So that way you get enticed. You go, oh, it's cheap. I can feed the whole family by I get, a couple of deals of the burgers and all this stuff, and everybody got food and French fries and soda, and everybody's happy because they had got a toy. And I used to do that. My kids were little. I remember going to McDonald's. My kids loved McDonald's, and they were addicted to McDonald's, and I didn't realize it. And when I learned, I felt so bad because one of my kids was going through, he had gained a little bit of weight, and they were saying that he could be pre-diabetic because of all the fat, the pizza, the McDonald's, running around, doing, even though he was doing sports, we were eating bad because we didn't have a lot of time, and his body started changing, and he was young. He was maybe 11, 12, and the minute we stopped the juices, no more, no sugar, no juices, just water. I would put lemon or orange in there, and he would have that. And then he stopped eating no McPizza, no McDonald's. We cut out all the chips and the started eating more fresh fruit and vegetables, and it reversed. Okay, you should see him now. He's unbelievable now, but bodybuilding and everything. But so you can fix your body. So don't ever let anybody tell you like your body doesn't get your body won't repair, because that's not true. Your body does repair. Your body's an amazing organism. So continue about the 55 ingredients in the Chick-fil-A chicken. So you don't want to eat this anymore. So besides all the MSGs in there, and all the oils, okay, which has been already known to cause cancer, all these hydrogenous oils, and I'll show you here too. I'm looking at my other screen. I got a lot of things here, a lot of information for you tonight. Let's see here. Okay, so you might not be able to see it, but this is these are all the ingredients and basically chemicals like in McDonald's, okay? And it shows that like partially hydrogenated oils. That's what I was trying to say. Hydrogenated oils. In the menu in US, there's 19 that use it. In the UK, it's banned. A lot of this stuff is banned in the UK, just to let you know. Artificial colors is banned in the UK. There's a chemical in here. I forgot which one it was. The sodium phosphorate, 56 places, 56 number of menu items in the United States, 56 menu items that have the sodium phosphate banned in UK. There's a azodia barbo, I don't know. There's so many things. BHA. You were like, what is this stuff, right? Well, that's what I'm saying. What is this stuff? Like, why are we allowing ourselves to even eat it? Do you think that it's fast food? Why? Because it's made very fast, because of all the preservatives. It can stay out all day. So sometimes I have that stuff out. I've never worked in the fast food industry. I should have asked my kids. They both worked at McDonald's when they were very young, when they started working, to see how that food's made. I know they eat it once in a while, and I tell them, no McDonald's, please, no McDonald's. At least, I mean, I don't know. I haven't done the research on pizza, but I'm going to. But at least I say, if you're eating pizza, even though that's fast food, it's fresh because they make it right there. They make the dough, they put the sauce, like it's fresh. If you go to an Italian place, don't go to the fast food one, Papa John's and Pizza Hut. Oh my gosh, if I give you the number, the ingredients in Pizza Hut, you'll just be like, what am I eating? I'm telling you, people, you have to really be careful because it changes your DNA, it changes your body structure. You get thyroid issues, you get diabetes, you get heart disease because your arteries start clogging because of these oils that they use in these foods. It's already in there. Then on top of that, the soy, which is completely GMO'd, which is means genetically modified. Soy. I found out soy, when they get the beans, they soak them in this oil. I'm going to show you that right now. I'm going to show you that video. You got to see this video because I was like, what? This is hexine. It is a little secret, dirty little secret of natural soy industry, toxic chemical use. Okay, organics offer alternative. So this is from the a website here that I found. I'll give you all the information about these because I don't take credit. Let me just show you this video here real quick. And it's just a 2-minute video, but it just gives you a little insight of exactly what's happening in this industry of food that you don't even realize it. So check this out. Let me share the screen. To go.
Hexane is a neurotoxic chemical solvent, a byproduct of gasoline refining. It's also the dirty little secret of the soy foods industry. Soy manufacturers literally immerse whole soybeans in a bath of this chemical solvent to make ingredients that then make their way into veggie burgers, meat alternatives, and nutrition bars. Hexane is used to make processed ingredients like soy protein isolate, soy protein concentrate, and textured vegetable protein. The EPA lists hexane as a hazardous air pollutant, and EPA data shows that factories that produce soy protein are among the biggest polluters in the country. Hexane is a cheap and readily available solvent, and it shows up in some unlikely places, like the soy protein used in Cliff Bars and Gardein vegetarian entrees. Cliff Bars says that it's made with organic soybeans, but one of their first ingredients is a hexane-extracted soy protein isolate. Consumers who care about how their food was produced will want to avoid hexane-extracted soy. The organic label is your best guarantee when shopping in the grocery store that the food you're buying is free from hexane-extracted ingredients. Buy brands that you can trust from companies that are committed to using pure, clean soy ingredients. Tofurky has shunned the use of hexane from the very beginning, and Amy's Kitchen responded to consumer concern about hexane by changing the ingredients in its veggie burgers. They now use tofu instead of hexane-extracted soy protein. Whole soybeans and tofu are minimally processed and are usually not processed with hexane. There are many organic nutrition bars available on grocery store shelves, including Nature's Path Optimum bars, Nutiva bars, and Pure bars. And when in doubt, consult the Cornucopia Institute's guide to avoiding hexane. Cornucopia contacted all the companies listed to ask them about their use of hexane. Companies that are committed to using only the purest ingredients in their foods, including hexane-free soy, are listed. Companies that continue to use the cheap hexane-extracted soy protein are also listed. Visit www.cornucopia.org.
Wow, I've been mute. I am so sorry. Hey, Maggie, thank you. I was talking away, man. So forgot to unmute. So I was talking about that, about this hexanine that we just saw in the video. It was like, did you know that soy was like bathed in this thing and then they make all this stuff? I used to eat Impossible Burgers and Beyond Burgers thinking, hey, I'm doing much better, right? I'm doing better. I'm eating these alternative things, not to eat the meat and everything. And I got into that fad about the meat and, save the pigs and the cows and everything like that. And I don't like soy. And now I discovered how bad soy really is. Besides, it is completely GMO'd, and that means it's genetically modified, which who knows what they do to it. And so it's not the same soy that they used to grow in a field 75 years ago. Okay, that's the bottom line. It's not. It's not the same soy. It's completely, something else. And so it is not good for you. And I didn't realize all these vegan products are made with this. So I know a couple of friends out there, if you see this, that buy a lot of these things, check, maybe that's why you've had some stomach issues or some other issues because of eating these products. And my feeling is, if you want to stay healthy, I don't eat anything processed. I try not to eat anything processed, which means I try not to buy anything in a box, nothing in a can, and I buy fresh fruit and vegetables. So I have to go to the store more often because you can't leave them out all the time. Today I went to the farmers market close by here, and I got some. I don't know if you ever had those cherry plums. They're very good. I got a fresh coconut. Oh my gosh, she cut it right there. And JC and I were in the car drinking the coconut back and forth. It was so good. And then we got home and cut the coconut open and ate the coconut. That's like the best thing to eat. Coconut water is completely hydrating, has electrolytes in it. Don't buy Pedialyte or something. Get coconut water. If your child gets sick or if you're sick and you're dehydrated, drink coconut water. It has natural electrolytes, and it'll build up it'll hydrate you much faster than just normal water. So here's a tip. And if you're in South Florida, go to your neighbor. Somebody has a coconut tree and go get some coconuts. And hopefully you have a big knife or a hack or something to cut it, because they're not easy to cut. So I'm going to continue with this. What's in your food? Okay, we have to continue with this. What's in your food? So I have a couple of more I'm going to share here, and I'm going to keep looking here because there's a lot of things going on. So now I'm going to put just this little piece of it. Let me see here. I'm going to go back with the Big Mac. Let me see. There's a doctor. His name is, I'm trying to get to what the French fries were, because he was talking about it. And he said the French fries are the worst possible thing you can eat at McDonald's. Besides the burger, well, besides everything, but it's just crazy. So this is Dr. Paul Saladino. He's an MD, and you can find him on on YouTube, I'm sorry. He has a YouTube page, and I pulled up his video because I thought it was very, very good. And I'm always looking for different doctors' opinions on the foods. And I verified between him and Dr. Eric Berg, he's amazing too. You need to look him up, Dr. Eric Berg, Berg. He is so good. He's just very, very good. And he has so much information. I learned from him so much. So so Dr. Paul Saladino, he goes to McDonald's and he orders everything like on the menu, and then he starts going through what's in the food. So I'm just going to put like a part of it because so you can see. So let me just share my screen here. So here's Paul, and what he does is he starts talking here about the French fries.
McDonald's French fries. Guess how many ingredients are in McDonald's French fries? They should be potatoes, tallow, and salt. McDonald's used to cook in tallow, but then an eccentric millionaire in the 1990s convinced them that tallow was somehow contributing to heart disease.
Sokolov shouts, "That's not true. Your fries are cooked in animal fat." The McDonald's guy gets flustered, tries to say something. Sokolov doesn't let him finish.
It's vegetable and
they
beef
are 90 to 95% beef tallow.
It's vegetable and
that
beef
comes
shortening.
from your company.
When in fact, the seed oils that they replace the tallow with are the actual contributors to heart disease. Regardless, it is a tragedy that McDonald's no longer cooks their fries in tallow. These fries have 19 ingredients. 19 ingredients in these fries. They are cooked in 4 different types of seed oils: corn, soybean, partially hydrogenated soybean oil, which is going to have a lot of trans fats, and canola oil. What else is in here? Dimethyl polysiloxane. It's a huge word. It's an anti-foaming agent used in the oils and the fryers. It's a silicone derivative that is also found in silly putty. So there are silly putty ingredients in your French fries, but we're not done yet. They also contain THBQ, a chemical preservative, which is associated with cancers in lab animals and is a reason that many foods cannot be sold at healthy grocery stores like Whole Foods. In fact, Whole Foods will not sell Reese's peanut butter cups or Reese's Pieces because they contain THBQ, but they're fine in the McDonald's French fries. And the salt at McDonald's, well, I'm going to tell you the secret ingredient, the salt at McDonald's at the end, guys, but you won't believe it. The salt at McDonald's actually has 3.
So can you believe that? So that's just the French fries. Okay, I'm going to put the Big Mac. So remember we were talking about the oils. So all those different oils, the soy, all the different types of oils, the canola, everything else, the combination of that, you see, you're getting cancer. Now, do we ever wonder why our children have cancer? I know you've seen you've seen the commercials on TV for St. Jude and I forgot the other one, but I know St. Jude comes out, and their kids come on the screen and they have cancer and they're going through, oh, I've had 20 surgeries or 15 surgeries. Every time I see that, it hurts me so much because no child should hurt. No child should have to go through something like that, let alone a grown adult. And my question is, why isn't there a commercial that says, why are children getting cancer? Not, I have cancer, let's help them. No, why are they getting cancer? Nobody asked the question, why are children getting cancer? Even our animals get cancer because of all the crap that's in the food. So he just said it, this Dr. Paul just said right now in his video that the French fries, you think you're eating French fries is potatoes. If you make French fries at home, you get a potato. I just made some today for my aunt and my mother because they, in the air fryer. And I cut potatoes. I didn't buy frozen potatoes. I cut a real potato and I drizzled a little olive oil and I put a little salt and pepper and I stuck it in my air fryer oven, and that's as healthy as it can be. There's nothing else on there. But the McDonald's one has all those chemicals. The one that I told you about that I couldn't pronounce it, poly, whatever it is. He talked about it too. So, and that it's linked to cancer. What they put in the French fries at McDonald's is linked to cancer. I'm guilty of it. My kids ate French fries. I've eaten French fries from McDonald's, and I know you have too. And we fed our kids McDonald's, and oh my gosh, we eat it. And remember, if you're pregnant, it goes to your child. So everything, it's a cycle, right? So it's just a really sad thing. And like I said, my question is, why does nobody ever talk about why do these children have cancer? They just say, oh, the child has this type of cancer or that type of cancer, like it's normal. It's not normal. Sorry, I'm upset. I get upset about that because it's not normal for a child to have cancer. Okay, nobody should have cancer. Okay, but we have to eat properly, and it's up to us to eat properly, not anybody else to tell us. We have to learn. We have to educate our children. We have to learn first so we can educate them. So I hope that this helps people out there. I really do, because I try to give you information that you probably don't even think about, So let's go back to Dr. Paul here. He's going to talk. I want him to go to the Big Mac. Forget about the ketchup has stuff. His video here has all the chicken nuggets. Oh my God, it's just crazy. So I'm going to go to the part when he talks about the Big Mac so you can check this out.
All right, guys, next up, the Big Mac. This is really the thing that made McDonald's famous as far as I can tell. And I've seen experiments where people have Big Macs and they put them on their shelves for 5 or 6 years and they look essentially exactly the same. That's pretty freaking scary, because if I take a burger patty and I make it home and I cook it, in 5 or 6 days, that thing is going to be moldy or have actual real decay because it's real food. you know that when something lasts for 5 or 6 years, there's a problem. So the bun, it's just bread, right? Nope. In the bun, there are 2 different seed oils, canola and soybean oil and sugar. And that's just in the bun. You have a beef patty, which is probably the best part of your McDonald's Big Mac. This is 100% beef. That's great. The only part of this burger that has any redeeming value is the fact this is 100% beef. Obviously, it's not the best beef on the planet. It's not cooked in seed oils, so that's okay. Not great. If you're in a pinch, get a bunch of these, you'll be fine. You ever see how thin these are? It's like so thin. Next, you got some pickles. Pickles are just pickles, right? Nope. Pickles at McDonald's have 10 ingredients. 10 ingredients in pickles. Some of the ingredients are aluminum salts, polysorbate 80, and potassium sorbate. None of those are good for humans. And excess amounts of aluminum in our diets have been associated with increased rates of dementia like Alzheimer's. It's horrible. And these pickles are in a mix of some kind of secret sauce. Secret sauce is full of all the bad things. It's like the worst things in the McDonald's universe. Combined, you got high fructose corn syrup, you got soybean oil, which is a seed oil, you've got caramel color, and you've got propylene glycol. Like I said, the secret sauce is like the horrible love child of all the other bad things at McDonald's. Now, we're gonna go through this bun right here. You've got another beef patty, and stuck to that beef patty, you've got a piece of American, quote, cheese. So American cheese is pretty crazy, guys. Not even real cheese, cannot even be called real cheese. It's a cheese product. And if you've seen my other videos, you know that American cheese is full of microplastics. You can look at that American cheese under a microscope, and there are tons of little microplastics in that American cheese. It's a cheese product. So you've got buns that are full of seed oils and sugar. You've got pickles with 10 ingredients. You've got seed oil, high fructose corn syrup, caramel color, polysorbate 80 lined secret sauce. I mean,
does anybody want to eat a McBack now? I certainly don't. And I haven't seen his other video that he shows. You can look up videos like this too that shows the microbes in the food. Oh, if you see how they make hot dogs, oh boy, I'm telling you, it is disgusting. The stuff that goes in the foods. So what happens to us as Americans, right? We eat these foods thinking we're trusting these companies that they're giving us clean food, right? That it's healthy, and it's not, and it's causing so many problems because these oils and all these chemicals, the aluminum, there's metals in our body. It's really toxic, and it goes to your brain. It's causing Alzheimer's, dementia. There's a lot of studies out there. I'm not talking about the expert, but it's just unbelievable. And again, there's so we were talking about McDonald's. So that's just one. Chick-fil-A, McDonald's. I didn't go through every single one, but pretty much you get the gist, right? You get the point that these fast foods companies out there, and anything you buy processed, please don't buy frozen dinners. Oh my gosh. I used to get those thinking, oh, they can't be that bad. Have you tasted what they taste like? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. That is like when you're just have nothing else to eat and you're so lazy that you're going to buy a frozen dinner, because that's like just death. Okay. Like let me just, I don't know how much time it takes from your life, but think about it. Every time you buy like a frozen TV dinner, right? It's like, oh, 6 months of my life I lost every time you eat something. I mean, if you think about that, can you imagine every time you pick up a McDonald's? If you go to McDonald's, think about every time you're going to go eat a Big Mac, you lose 6 months of your life because the chemicals and everything in the burger that they state in there is slowly killing you. So, and the fries, oh, anyway, you can see Dr. Burr. I'm going to show him here. I'm going to go back to his page. I want you to see Dr. Paul. He is, sorry, I'm going here. Dr. Paul, and I'm going to go back to his main page so you can see here. Okay, so it's Paul Saladino, MD. Okay, and he has tons of subscribers, and he has incredible information there. And I have no problem sharing because this is available to everybody online. So please look for him. He has some great information, and I just did all the legwork for you. Great doctor, and some great information out there. So next, I want to talk about, I talked about soy, we talked about the fast food. there's a couple other things. So talking about the soy, so when I did the research, they talk about the levels of organic soy, and we talked about this. She talked about other products, right, that have this horrible soy in it. And I want to just show my screen here because this shows right now, this shows here. So on this screen, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it has a list of ratings, like 1 being rating to 5 being rating, being 1 being the worst and 5 being the best, right? So in the levels of this, I'm just going back up. It says here the score. You get a score, and it's an organic soy food scorecard. Okay, so the higher this number, again, is the better for you, and the ones that are not processed in all those chemicals. So, but instead of going through there, I just want to show you on the bottom of the screen. Let me just scroll down. On the bottom of the screen, it says Good and Gather product. Good and Gather is, I believe, Walmart. I think it's Good and Gather is Walmart or Target. Not sure if it's Target or Walmart, but that brand I've seen around 0. It gets a score of a 0. Okay. Also, ShopRite soy milk, horrible, 0. Silk soy beverage. So I was shocked that a Silk soy was on this. I used to buy Silk almond milk, but I guess those aren't even good either. So you have to be careful with that too. I mean, it's hard. It's really hard sometimes to know what to eat. So in my process of discovering about chemicals and all the stuff that's in our food, right? I discovered something else scarier, which I think is scarier because, and this is just my opinion, if government controls or private sector controls food supply, it's a problem, okay? Because then you won't be able to get, say, meat. So, for example, and many have different types of opinions. I'm not going to go into it, but due to many activists out there about climate change and everything, they discuss that our beloved cows, okay, which are wonderful animals, people would like beef. I used to eat beef, so I know, you grow up eating meat. So you can't say you didn't like it because you had it at some point in your life. But they're saying that the cows have too much gas, and that gas is because we have climate change. Now, we just saw a video before on hexanine, the chemical that is processed, okay, which causes more pollution than anything. Stated in the video is high pollutant. So you tell me that's a real gas. Don't you think that's more toxic than cows farting? I'm just saying. I don't know. That's just me. So talking about that, now they've decided because of that issue that they don't want cows anymore. They're going to destroy all the animals. They're going to eventually destroy all the animals in the world because it's causing climate change until they find out that it's BS and we have no more animals to eat. Okay? Hopefully I'm not around when that happens. So now the government has approved lab produced meat. Okay? And I'm going to show you here in the Associated Press talked about this. Let me just show this right here. In the Associated Press, it says U.S. approves chicken made from cultivated cells, the nation's first lab-grown meat. Are you going to eat a lab steak or chicken breast? Would you even know the difference? Isn't that crazy? I'll make it here bigger. So there it is. U.S. approves chicken made from cultivated cells. So it's wrapped. I don't know. It looks weird already. I can't handle it. But so there's 2 places that'll be making this meat, and I have a video somewhere here. I'm gonna check it out and see. I'll find another video. But that's crazy. I saw that and I'm like, great. First, we got chemicals in the food that state that at least there's real meat in most of the stuff. I won't even go there either because I don't think some things have real meat. I didn't go into Taco Bell and some of the other ones. I've heard horror stories like don't eat the chili at Wendy's and just I don't know. I don't know. It makes me crazy. But so I looked up the cell cultivated. So I just want to show you here on this website. And this is the actual nationalchickencouncil.org. Okay, the nationalchickencouncil.org. that talks about the cultivated meat. So I just want to show you this screen. I'll be talking in the background so we can see a little better. Let me share that screen. So here it talks about, and here is the National Chicken Council.org, cell cultured chicken. So in June of 2023, United States Department of Agriculture, USDA, and the food safety, right, approved sale of cell cultured lab grown chicken by two California companies, Good Meat and Upside Foods. And the United States joined Singapore as well in the country of cell cultured chicken. Okay, I don't know about you, but I'm not eating a chicken. So they're going to label it that says that it'll be labeled cell cultured, so you'll know. Hopefully, they will show you that. The other thing is, it says it's improving the energy in the in-park. See, the global warming potential of lab-based meats is 4 to 25 times greater than the average from farm-raised chicken. Yeah, I don't get it. I'm sorry, I don't get it. People can argue with me all the time. If you're an expert on that stuff, if you're an expert on this climate change things, call me, okay? Send me an email. There's my number, 954-592-7605, or I'll get you my email as well. And send me an email because here's my email, info@rebootedthepodcast.com. And let me know if you're one of those activists out there that knows so much about this climate change, and you can give me some solid proof how cows fart and we got climate change. You let me know, okay? Because I researched it and I've seen cow conspiracy and I've seen a whole bunch of stuff, and something doesn't click for me. Sorry, it just doesn't click for me. But anyway, so they're saying that but listen to this. This gets even better. So with this environmental, with this cultivated meat, right? Let me just tell you right here. It says here that according to the report on cultured meat by McKinsey, for cell cultured meat production to reach 1% of the protein market. So that means just to reach 1% of the demand on meat that we need in this country, okay, would take, for 1% of the meat market, just to create 1%, it would take between 220 million to 440 million liters of fermentation capacity, roughly 88 to 176 Olympic-sized swimming pools. Think about that. It's going to take up to 176 Olympic-sized swimming pools to ferment enough culture to make 1% of the meat production in the United States. 1%. Okay, so people will be fighting for meat because they won't be able to make it. Because where are they going to do that? Where are they going to get that? So we're talking about 10 liters. Okay, it's never been done before. So I don't know how sustainable that will be. They also talk about the cost of it. They talk about the health concerns, possible cancer promoting properties in the cells, and so on. I don't know. It's a whole scary thing about these meat productions. So I have another Dr. Eric Berg. He talks a lot about the burgers too, and he talks about the dangers of corn, soy, and wheat, okay, which becomes a really bad problem. And he said that the biggest problem with fast food burgers is that it was found that 12% of the burgers came from muscle meat. Muscle meat. The rest of the burger was made from sugar, sorbitol, meat glue, and hydrogenized corn protein, which is worse than the soy protein. They contain a lot of omega-6 fatty acids, which is highly inflammatory. So you get arthritis, inflammation in your joints, all that stuff. It also contains glyphosate, a herbicide that destroys the soils and affects our bodies. And glyphosate, there was a study done in Germany, I think it was, and on the other side of the world that talked about that it's a leading cause causing Alzheimer's as well. So you too, don't cut me out because I said that. It's in the cloud. Go look it up. Because last time YouTube took my video off, told me I had medical misinformation. So I don't know what they're talking about. We're gonna have to go to Rumble soon. The next thing is let's see here. The meat contains traces of antibiotics. Increased exposure to antibiotics can lead to antibiotic resistance. The meat contains certain chemical to kill pathogens. The condiments, fries, soda, bun are filled with soy, corn, refined wheat, and GMO sugar. The bun also contains synthetic vitamins and dough conditioners. So it's really bad. There's so many things in here, and he doesn't even talk. He talks about other things that the other Dr. Paul was talking about, different things. So yeah, it's not good. It's not good. We really have to get better about what we eat. And there was another one. Let me just see here. I had another video that he was talking about burgers and the meats. And let me just put that on real quick because this is Dr. Eric Berg, Berg, and you can find him on YouTube as well. He has incredible information. And let's see here.
2. This is a lunch food. I'm not going to mention the name. You can figure it out. You have the burger, fries, Coke, and a dessert. So, of course, on the burger, you're not just doing the patty, you're doing the bun, right? In the bun, they have mold inhibitors. There's a refined carbohydrates, there's cornstarch. And of course, on the burger, you're going to have maybe some bacon. Maybe you're going to have ketchup, right? High fructose corn syrup. And then you're going to have mustard, which seems to be the only thing that it's not going to be that bad for you, right? So that's actually surprising. They'll have 1 or 2 things that won't kill you. And that would probably be like a pickle or mustard, right? And then we have the fries, very similar ingredients to the hash browns. Of course, they use hydrogenated soy, which is trans fats. And then this highly refined potato product, which they're going to deep fry. So they're putting the combination of sugar with potato with all this fat under high heats. This is just wonderful for your arteries. Of course, the Coke that you drink has high fructose corn syrup, so you're going to really spike your insulin and create a lot of liver issues and insulin resistance. And then on top of that, you have to have a dessert, right? I mean, might as well just go completely over the edge. All right, number 3, we have the chicken fingers. It's so many.
So yeah. So he talks about the burgers. Good. Again, he has some more videos. He talks about chicken fingers. He talks about mac and cheese. The Coke, the caramel flavoring. You know that in other countries, we use certain chemicals and things in our food that are banned in other countries because of the dangers. Okay, and I don't understand if they banned it somewhere else, they don't ban it here in the United States because it makes them money. Imagine if they had to ban all the chemicals, I would guess that every fast food place would be closed because every single one of them has something in it. And as a society, we are giving our children these foods at a very early age, which is not good. I've seen babies under a year old sucking on a French fry at McDonald's. Oh my God. Like, oh, it's so cute. He's having a French fry. No, not from there. No. Now, my kids ate McDonald's. I didn't know. I didn't know any better. I guess a lot of us don't know until you start doing the research. And I guess when I got sick and had to decide if I wanted to live a healthier life or die young, that's when I started really doing research. And it's really sad that we have to get to that point, that we have to wait till we're ill. Like, oh my gosh, am I going to die? And then all of a sudden you start doing this. It's not our fault because we weren't taught as kids and our parents weren't taught either. So it's a long generational issue. So I hope that my videos, when I'm gone, that my videos will always stay here on YouTube and people can see this and learn and add more information. And hopefully, it saves a life here and there. That's all I hope for. All I hope for is that you can get healthier and know that your body will rejuvenate, will regrow cells, and you can change. You can change. I'm living proof of that you can change. I'm going to get my blood work done. I have to get my blood work done this week. So I'm going to check all my numbers, and then I'll get back to you on how I'm doing, because I've been doing a lot of different things to get myself healthy. So I'm going to just do my blood check and just see what's going on. And don't forget to give blood too. Giving blood is good for you. It makes new blood generate in your system. So if you see that the big red bus, give some blood. But make sure you've eaten, like if you go like after lunch, you've eaten a good meal, or after dinner, you have to have a good meal, because they take a liter. I don't know if they take a little more, but when they take the blood, you get a little woozy and a little weak. And if you haven't eaten, forget it. You really, really need to eat something. So, hey, Mickey, thanks for the like. So anyway, continuing with my research, I have like 20 screens open on my research, and I'm going to just show you again. And and this is just information. You need to know these things. You have to realize that this stuff is food out there. It's crazy. You have to be an advocate for yourself, okay? Because you just don't know. Now, there's a whole study about cholesterol, and that I'll have to get into another episode. But they talk about, there's certain levels of cholesterol you do need in your body. And what I found out is that by suppressing that and saying that you have too high cholesterol, and they give you medication for it and it lowers it, it's causing other problems that they're not even realizing it or don't want to see. I don't know. Okay, that's my opinion. But I did find out from another doctor that our body has so much of cholesterol. Our brain has fat, our organs. So we need a certain amount of cholesterol in our body. It's like a lube inside, So, but too much is not good, because too much of it, then you get your clogged arteries, and that causes more diseases, and then it adheres to fat in your body. I looked up the nutritional facts, and I'm just going to show. I'm not sure if you can see it with me on the screen, but I'll put it here. And let me put it on the big screen. So here it states, I just make this a little bit bigger so you can see it. So this is the nutritional of a McDonald's Big Mac. Now, it is 590 calories, okay? 11 grams of saturated fat, okay? It has 85 milligrams of cholesterol. It has the sugars. It has sugars, 46 grams of carbs, and 34 grams of fat. But remember that this is really bad. Now, our daily intake of fat is supposed to be like 65 grams, I think, for the whole day. So you have one burger, and if you have two, you're really messed up. One burger is half what you need for the whole day. And it's not even the good fat, because it's not a good fat. Okay, it's not even the good fat you need. Good fat is avocado, right? Avocado is a good fat. Olive oil, but not cooked, just drizzled on your salad. Anytime you heat oil, it's not good for you. And I know everybody loves fried food, but there's a reason for it, because they put chemicals in it in order you to get addicted to it. So then you love it even more. So it does send endorphins to your brain going, don't you love those fries? Don't you love that chicken, right? And you go, why am I craving this? Ice cream is another thing. Oh my gosh. Wait till I do the show on ice cream. You're not going to like me. Ice cream is not good either. Ice cream is terrible unless you make it yourself. Okay? But ice cream is no good because of all the sugars and all the other stuff they put in it. It's just crazy. And then looking at the nutrition, the Big Mac has 1,050 milligrams of sodium. That's almost 50% of your sodium intake for the day. Okay, and again, not good sodium. If you're gonna have sodium, use Himalayan sea salt. That's a good thing. Yeah, it's just crazy. So, hi Juan, hola Juan, thanks for coming by. Let's see who else is over there. Maggie, you still around? So anyway, I hope you guys see this on the replay as well. This is really important stuff. I really, you really need to. If you're concerned about your health and want to learn how to gradually get better and what foods to avoid, check out some of my old podcasts as well. You can look on my page, on the replays are on YouTube on Rebooted Mindset 555. And also, if you're on YouTube right now, can you please like and subscribe and check the little bell, so every time I have a new episode, you'll get notification. And plus, it helps me reach more people. The more likes I get and the more subscribers I get, the more people I can reach and give them all this great information. And if you missed any of this, just go back and replay it. Okay, I'll be here. And again, you can always email me at info@rebootedthepodcast.com. I appreciate all of you and all of you being here. And I just want to see if I have one more video. I'm not quite sure. I think I played the ones that I wanted to play. There was several. Yeah, I think I played everything that I wanted to do. But I've done a lot of research and I'm still doing more research. But again, just keep trying day at a time. Like I said, ice cream is not good. Amount of sugar, and it's not good for you. Unless you make something home. What I did the other day is it's watermelon season, right? So I got a huge watermelon at the store, which I still have some here. And what I'm going to do is I take the watermelon out, right? And then I kind of pureed it, right? You can throw it in the blender you want. I just did it with a spoon and a fork because it just falls apart. And then I added some monk fruit just to sweeten it up just a little bit, because monk fruit is a natural sweetener, which does not raise your sugar levels at all. Monk fruit's really good. It's a little pricey, a little higher than regular sugar, but you know what? Your health is worth a couple of dollars more. So instead of please don't buy bleach processed sugar. It's the worst thing. It's just worse. And white flour, oh my gosh. Gluten is an issue. I mean, there's so many things. We don't realize this. We don't realize it because we were raised, right? We were raised with this. You're hungry, you go make a piece of toast with butter, right? Or jelly or something like that. Or as kids, people will give you Pop-Tarts. Oh my God, it's so bad. And again, like I say, I have the question I always ask is, why are our children getting cancer? Doesn't make sense to me that a 6-month-old baby, 8-month-old baby has cancer. Well, think about what you're giving that baby. Talking about food. So I know a lot of women out there have a hard time breastfeeding. I know I'm getting off topic, but it's about food. Now, if you take care of yourself, you will have more than enough breast milk for your child. When I had my 2 children, I was blessed. I had a lot of production of breast milk, and my kids, I had milk to spare. I used to pump and feed them as well, and I always had milk in the refrigerator. It was ridiculous. I had to freeze little baggies of milk because it was like gold. And so I did it as long as I could, almost a year for both. And it wasn't easy. But I tell women out there, if you're listening to, you have young girls that that they don't know about this, or you've never breastfed, or you might be thinking about it, 6 weeks is the magic number. You have to breastfeed for 6 weeks straight. Okay, it's going to hurt. You're going to get like little blisters and stuff like that, but it's your child. It's the only time you're going to be able to nourish your child and bond with your child. It is so important to do that. And the nutrients you're going to give your child is going to make such a huge difference. Okay? It's going to make a huge difference. The same thing with food. I didn't buy baby food. Baby food is mushy food, right? So why do you need to buy canned baby food with chemicals in it? A banana. Take a banana, a fork. There you go. It's mushy. He eats it. Sweet potato. You cook a sweet potato. It's mushy. A potato is mushy. Carrots, anything that's fresh, you can make into baby food just with a fork. You don't have to do anything fancy. You don't need no food processor or blender or whatever. You just go like that, And so don't buy canned stuff. And then, like I say, my biggest question in life, seeing these kids on the commercials on the TV, is why do these children have cancer? And the answer is really there. It's in the food. So we have to be careful what we eat and what we give our children to eat, and especially when they're growing. when they're new and the first things they eat. I saw a baby one time. He must have been, I don't know, maybe a year and a half old, and he was sucking on a piece of steak. I almost threw up. I'm sorry. I'm like, he's a year and a half old. You know how hard it is to digest beef? And you don't know what kind of beef it is and where it's from and what it ate and the chemicals it has in it. And then you wonder why you're sick, why our children are sick. So I gave you a lot of information today. I was really on a roll today about nutrients and the chemicals in the food, and I just wanted to tell you that today. And I hope that this was great information for you, and I hope you have a great rest of the week. And I will see what I come up with for next week. So I hope have a great week, and I will see you next Tuesday. Oh, before I go. Again, remember to subscribe to my channel, like it, all that stuff, ring the bell and all that so I can reach more and more people. But I do want to let you know that we have a couple of not events, but I have other podcasts. So tomorrow, if any of you speak Spanish or Spanglish as we call it, tomorrow we have a show that is going to be that is Spanglish Cafe Music Podcast. And let me just stop this. I thought I was doing the right way, but it didn't work. Okay. So we have some artists, Harold Montañez and Rey Montañez. They are relatives. I think it's uncle. I think so, but I'm not sure yet. We'll find out tomorrow. Episode number 48 tomorrow on Spanglish Entertainment on YouTube. And we also have on Thursday, we got our freestyle showcase podcast. What Ike, great artist. You'll meet her on Thursday, so check that out. That'll be mostly in English, just to let you know. And then I just want to show for the last thing, we have a great event that's coming up here on October 6th, Florida's 27th Annual Puerto Rican Day Parade and Festival. Is going to be amazing. We have a special guest, Tito Benda Jr., and he will be accompanied by Salsa and Control Orchestra, and also JC Colon will be singing his two new songs, especially his latest single, Que le den champán, which is amazing. So check that out. And we also have Marcos Hernandez with Orquesta Fuego, and we have tons of other artists. Arlene, Jesus, and Salsa, and we got a whole bunch of other people there. We got Freestyle, Nasty Boys, and just a whole bunch of other artists. It's going to be a great event at Fred Poppy Park on October 6th here in Palm Bay, Florida, so check it out. And more information, go to unitedthirdbridge.org, and you can get more information there. So I just wanted to give you some little flyers and things that we're working on. And I do hope that you appreciate all the stuff that I do here. And send me a comment. Let me know how you liked it. All right? I hope you have a great night. Bye. Much love. Stay healthy. And don't forget, it's never too late to reset, to reboot your mindset. See you next week.
Lovely.